Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Divine Light and Love Oracle with Mark and Stella. This evening, we are pleased to be here with all of you. I believe that we have some messages of encouragement that will be uplifting and positive and will be something of benefit to you as you get ready to start your week, as you get ready to prepare your mind and your heart for all the good, wonderful blessings that are in store for you, the lessons that you're going to be learning, and the encouragement that you're going to glean from the cards and from the intuitive messages that come through. So thank you in advance for being here with us. We hope that you feel the presence of the angels and light and love, and that the messages that resonate with you will really soak in deeply. Right before we went live, I heard the word pinnacle in my mind very clearly. So I'm going to ask you to look that up, Mark, because I also saw like a mountain, like someone climbing a mountain. So for some people tonight, you have been on a journey that has been very easy in some parts and maybe treacherous in others, but I feel like you've come to a place where you are getting close to that pinnacle, where you have done the work, you've experienced the growth, you've experienced the challenges, the trials, but you've persevered and overcome. And now you're at a place where you're kind of reviewing things, looking over your decisions, looking over your behavior patterns, looking over friendships and connections that you have, and trying to kind of put together what is for your greatest and highest good. And so at this pinnacle peak of your life, I feel like now it's easier to allow things to fall away and allow things to enter in, much easier than it had been previously. And so Mark has already pre-shuffled and pulled some cards out, so we're going to go ahead and get started using the Angels and Ancestors deck from Kyle Gray. And we're going to see what messages have come through, and we hope that they will be of great inspiration to you. All right. Mark, would you like to greet our viewers?
Hello, good evening, everybody. Wonderful to be here with you. I hope you're having a great weekend and wonderful evening, and hope you're ready to accept our and receive our messages of positivity.
Awesome. Oh, wow. The very first card out, Sage, be devoted and committed. You know, in this self-mastery journey, we have talked a lot about being devoted and committed to the journey and process for oneself. It's easy to hope for someone else to come in and join you on your journey, but the truth is, before someone else can truly come in and match your energy, you have to be in a place energetically where you are devoted and committed to your own personal growth and development, deliberately making those healthy decisions to bring you closer and closer to the greatest version of yourself. Mark, did you want to read the passage for us?
Devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too.
See, and that's exactly what it's about, is that we are becoming sages within our own lives, and we are learning through this journey. We are being guided and drawn into circumstances and situations that are for our greatest and highest good. I love it. Beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. And so I would encourage you, if you notice this picture, this card, this imagery has a individual clothed in yellow and orange, and that we have all this green growth sitting under a tree. Absolutely beautiful. And that to me just reminds me once again how important it is to get into nature, to connect with nature, to experience Mother Gaia in a new, refreshing way. You know, sometimes you're going to be out there sitting under a tree, sometimes you're going to be putting your feet in the water or walking in the sand. It's awesome, just awesome. And we're back. The next card that came out, which is absolutely gorgeous, is the Air Guardian. Shift your perception. We always talk about this make shift happen. I love that we have power. This beautiful guardian, this goddess power, this powerful energy within. We all have divine feminine energy, and when we tap into it, it helps us to shift our perception in circumstances. Instead of panicking, instead of feeling afraid, we can have confidence and faith that we can. What is that saying? You're just one decision away from a completely different life. So it's all about the mindset and perception.
When this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You are being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you are being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance that the way you're thinking or that you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. You are being guided to open your eyes and your mind, go beyond any limits you have set for yourself, and recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. Opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you are ready to do the internal work to support them.
That's the truth. And so, again, when we're talking about being at the pinnacle, as you can tell, this is the Air Guardian. So, being up at the top of that mountain, that experience in your life, you're able to recognize in panorama things that you've needed to change, things that you've needed to make shift happen in your own life. And now you're able to see the fruits of your labor. It is such a powerful time of manifestation. The law of attraction is working in your favor. This is why we're being called to remember to shift our perception to higher things, higher vibration. You know, a lot of times if you were to look at a mountain, you'll think this is way too tough to climb, or this is too much effort, too much energy. There's no way I'm going to get there. And so you're already creating a visualization that's counterproductive to what your goal is. So I want to encourage you that going into this week, shift your perception. If you find yourself thinking contrary thoughts, stop yourself, reprogram that thought, and direct positive energy to it. I can climb that mountain. I will climb that mountain. I am successful at mountain climbing. And set yourself up for a positive outcome through your words, through your thoughts, and being in alignment with what is for your greatest and highest good. Okay, the next card that came up is Winter. Take care of your needs. This is so important because when we take care of our needs, our cup is full. And so we're not coming from a place of scarcity, but from a place of abundance. And so when you show that you are devoted to yourself, you will instinctively, like a wolf's instincts, you will instinctively take care of your needs. Then you're not looking to anyone else to fill your cup. You're not looking with your hands out for someone else to do it for you. You have everything you need inside of you already.
You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, Get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives in the future, position when the winter card arrives in the future position of a spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regard to your question or intentions.
Wow. So a couple things came to me as I was listening to Mark read and looking at the card is we know that here in the United States, winter will be approaching soon. But more than just it coming ahead of us seasonally, what I felt is that for some individuals, you have been keeping your emotions on ice. You have kept certain things on ice because you're concerned that if you start to touch on those things and let them come to the light, let the ice thaw, you're going to start to feel things that you don't want to feel. But I want to encourage you. This is you taking care of your own needs. If you've been wounded, if you've been berated, if you have been betrayed, and you have put a portion of your heart on ice, it's time to thaw it out and take care of yourself. For some of us, it happened in our early childhood with our first caregivers that didn't meet our needs. It may have happened in relationships where we thought our needs would get met and they didn't. And as a result of that, many of us put our hearts, our emotions on ice, hoping to keep them concealed. But I want to encourage you that you're not a lone wolf. There are many people out there, your soul tribe and family, who love you, who care about you. And by opening up your heart, opening up your mind, your perception, your emotions, you are taking down those walls and barriers that Rumi speaks of. It's not for you to go out and seek love, but for you to take down any barriers that would prevent you from giving and receiving love. And so as winter is coming, just tell yourself, remind yourself, I want to feel the warmth of the fire. I want to feel and allow myself to heal. All right. The next card, that's beautiful. It's the Oracle card. It says, wait for important information.
Angels, ancestors, and the universe are speaking to you at this time. So look and listen for important conversations, signs, and messages that will point you in the right direction. You are being guided to wait for more information before making any fast moves, because at the moment you are letting your wants get in the way of your needs. There is an opportunity for you to see everything clearly at this time, but you will only be able to do so if you are willing to truly open your eyes. If you have been waiting for further information about a choice you have to make or action you have to take, don't take matters into your own hands, but let what needs to be revealed. Then you'll know what to do next. Angels are supporting you. Trust them.
Absolutely. The angels are present, and I can tell you there is a very strong connection to the angels this evening because I have, I think, 3 decks out that are specific with angels, and I felt very strongly about that. And as I'm looking at this image and just feeling energetically from it, I feel like many people have been also dealing with illusions, and the only way that you're able to see through the illusions is to pay attention to the energy, to close your eyes, and to tune in to the vibrations of what you are feeling, hearing, not so much what you're seeing in the natural with your 3D eyes, but you're using your third eye. And your third eye is wanting to give you intuitive hits and guidance, but you're going to have to, as Kate was saying, meditate, pray, be still, recognize that you're a conscious being and that energy does not lie. There are important pieces of information coming to you, intuitive hits and downloads, but you're going to have to allow yourself time and space to process what's happening. And it's okay to wait on making important decisions until you have these critical pieces of information to move with. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. We've had 2 seasons. Interesting. We've had summer and winter. So now summer says bask in the joy and light. And it looks like we have a bee here, and bees indicate community.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Light has come to banish the darkness. Clarity is arriving too, allowing you to know exactly where you are and how you can move forward. Angels and ancestor guides are encouraging you to enjoy the moment and not to rush forward, because this is a time for pleasure, enjoyment, and expansion. There is a great chance that you have extra energy, creativity, and inspiration at this time. Notice what is coming to you, as it is inspiration directly from the divine. When the summer card arrives in the future position of the spread, or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming summer will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions.
Nice. So while you were reading, I was noticing that this image had several things that stood out to me, one of which was much like a dream catcher. We have the circle and we have the additional geometric shapes hanging from it, but also we have the bee, and there are strategic spots that are highlighted within that grid. And so I feel like going forward over these next months, we're moving closer to November. From November, we're looking at June, starting the summertime within about 6 or so short months thereafter. So your dreams and visions may be coming to fruition, and it may be happening in a strategic timeline. So it's important for you to pay attention to what's happening now that's getting you into position for what's coming down the pike for this season that'll be changing into summer. Hi, Lois. Good evening. Good to see you, beautiful. So we had winter, so we're going into winter now. So traditionally, we wouldn't think that things we plant would grow well in the winter, but that's not necessarily true. I feel like because we are in such a powerful manifestation season, we can create in any season. So whatever you start planting this winter, prepare for it to manifest in full throttle over the summer. The next card we have is the mountains. Oh my gosh. Right at the beginning of this message, I was sharing that I envisioned a mountain and a pinnacle. And so these mountains in this indicate standing your ground.
Mountain energy is powerful because it's firmly rooted in the Great Mother and reaches high to the Great Father. If you're feeling challenged or pressured at this time, know that your spirit is more powerful than you think. You are resilient and grounded, and the energy and air of the mountains is giving you the unshakable strength to be who you are. Take time to root yourself deeply in the energy of the earth before welcoming in the energies of heaven. If you're not sure what you need to do next, the mountain card invites you to stay exactly where you are, talking things over with those around you, and know what that change will come to you. You will be whole and all and well, at the end of the current situation, and it will not stand in the way of your future growth and expansion.
That is incredible. I love it. You know, I just remembered that song from The Sound of Music. Climb every mountain, ford every stream. You get to climb these mountains in your life and not be afraid of what you're going to encounter. You are stronger than you know. And as you can see in this picture, this mountain is mirrored as above, so below. So, whatever's happening on the outside, it's happening on the inside as well. So, transformation is taking place. And for I think a lot of us, we are learning that we are indeed stronger than we knew. It's okay to have moments when the mountain looks bigger than life, but don't dwell on that. Take it all in and then boldly move forward and rise and shine and grow and glow and develop the inner strength and the fortitude that you never knew you had, and be so proud of yourself. Recognize where you are and find joy in the journey. I know sometimes it's hard to see right off the bat where you're headed, especially when you encounter fog or, things just don't seem very clear. But the divine is guiding you on your path. The angels are here to support you. So be steadfast and trust that you are being divinely guided for such a time as this. Oh, look at that. The peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. You know what? For some of us, we do feel a little bit held back at times because there's a way that seems right unto us. We have an idea of what we think should be happening, how it should be happening, and who it should be happening with. But the divine knows best. The angels are here to support us. And it's important to untether yourself from your ego and allow peace to resonate with you. The struggle doesn't have to be real. Only love is real. Peace is real. Keep the peace. Maintain the peace in your life and watch the manifestations of goodness, love, and light unfold. But it starts with untethering ourselves from the ego that wants us to always feel like we must be right.
I have firsthand experience with this in the place where I work, and I can tell you that letting go of this is very important. It is very energy draining, and if we can choose peace over this need, then I know that we can save ourselves a lot of energy, and we could be much happier in our lives.
Absolutely.
Choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's truly important.
Wow. Right on the money. That's what's up. Hi, Jennifer. Good evening. Good to see you, my sweet. Happy Sunday. Mark, you hit it on the nail. That is so true. Our precious divine energy is part of our life force. When we're being drained by toxic situations, toxic connections or attachments, it is difficult. It's like having a choke chain on yourself and it drains you. And so it's so important to find peace and not get dragged. I know it's hard, especially when you have people in our lives that they are like the energetic vortex of doom and you can't really avoid them. You try, but sometimes you can't avoid them for whatever reason. But you can find a way to keep the peace within yourself so that you stay sustained day in and day out. We've talked about using crystals that will help you. Clear quartz, black tourmaline, amethyst, tiger's eye, rose quartz, lapis lazuli, pyrite, all kinds of different crystals and stones, hematite that will help you on your journey. Taking a salt bath, having Palo Santo or sage spray to clear your energetic space. I encourage you, if you can, do so every single day. Call upon the angels of the violet flame. Whatever you can do for yourself to sustain your energy, do it, because it is of the utmost importance for you so that you don't get dragged with whatever you encounter on a day-to-day basis. All right, I'm going to move to the Law of Attraction deck, and Mark is shuffling right now, so we'll go ahead and work with this deck. All right, very first card out. My life is unlimited in every aspect. You know, we had a card earlier, and I'm going to pull it back out because it's important that we recognize. Shift your perception. If you are still putting limits on yourself, it's time to shift your perception. If you are still talking yourself out of things that you can do, you can have, it's time to shift your perception. Do you see this is the air guardian, and do you see the feet of this feminine are in the air? You have to believe and trust that what is for you will never pass you by and that your life is unlimited. Don't put a cap on your income potential. Don't put a cap on your opportunities of love. Don't put an opportunity on your ability to manifest what you need right when you need it. It's time to recognize who you truly are, and you are a master manifester. All right. The next card from this deck, oh, look at that. I get what I think about, wanted or not. This is why we're being really called to focus on what our thoughts are. Again, back to this card, shift your perception. Whatever is on your mind, you are generating it. Think of like a power generator. You know, you put the gas in the generator and now you're generating power. You are generating what's in your thought life. So if negativity is sitting there in your thought life, you may be magnetizing and drawing more of that in unsuspectingly. So I encourage you to focus on what you want and not on what you don't want. Seriously, you can't make this stuff up. The next card that came out says, my thoughts are like powerful magnets. And Mark, can I borrow those for just a sec? You guys know I have to kick it old school. We use these magnets as a teaching tool, but as you can see, these magnets are drawn to each other. I don't have to do anything to bring them together. When they're in the correct polarity, they come together naturally. But when you're not in alignment, no matter how hard I push these together, they're not going to come together. These are powerful. And so your thoughts are doing the same thing. You're magnetizing through your thoughts. Hi, Devora. Welcome. Good evening. That's right. So take the time to take out the trash tonight. Monday is going to be the start of a new week. If you have things on your mind and they're not of a high vibration, if they're lower dense energy, things like, I can't, this is hard, I'm not able, I feel like I'm going to struggle with this. How about we start by taking out the trash with those thoughts, and let's start by importing some positive energy in there and saying, I can, I will, I'm able, I'm capable, I have whatever I need right now, and if I come across a situation that I don't know or I don't feel comfortable in, I will stay centered and grounded and call upon the divine and my angels to guide and assist me at that very moment. And I will have faith and believe that everything I need, I already have. If we can practice doing those things, we're going to make shift happen, and we're going to see it happening sometimes in real time, sometimes with a quickness. Just being able to shift your perception, shift the atmosphere, and move into a higher vibration can change things. In fact, you see, she has a veil of light flowing through her hair, and she also has a veil of light illuminated with the flower in her hand. We have the power to turn on the light. We might come across negative Nellies, people who are energy vampires. If you're a sensitive or an empath, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, but you don't have to be sucked in. Turn on your light and be guided by the light. All right. I am not here to create sameness. That's right. I think sometimes we feel like we have to join the crowd. We have to fit in. But you know what? We weren't created to fit in. We weren't created to live shallow existences. We were created to let our light shine. You're a unicorn in a field of horses, and that's okay. As you can see, the little red hen there is different and individual and just as happy being itself. And that's where we need to get to. We need to be comfortable in our own skin, particularly before we go inviting other people in to join our party. We need to be comfortable in our own skin. And so that means daring to be different, getting out there and being fine with your cute self, enjoying your life, living, being happy, being joyful, being grateful. The ultimate magnet, you guys, it's no big secret, it's gratitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. So why not have an attitude of gratitude? So focus on what you can do to be your most authentic self and don't worry about what everyone else thinks. Yep, I can focus specifically upon what I want. Manifest what you want and not what you don't want. So those of you who are in the chat, why don't you take a moment and just affirm what you want to have happen this week? You don't have to put it in the chat, but if you want to, you can. I choose to have faith that I can do everything I need to do this week. Or I believe opportunities are going to manifest this week. Whatever you want to focus on, I suggest you take a moment to do it. This is a perfect time to plant a seed for how your week is going to go. What do you desire to have happen? You know what I desire to have happen is I desire for positive energy to flow to me and through me and my household and to those I'm around. I would like to be a beacon of light. I would like things to go smoothly. I would like there to be opportunities to minister and encourage others. And so I'm going to focus on that. That's what I'm going to focus on this week. How about you, Mark? What are you thinking about?
This week, I'm going to try to focus on blocking out any negative forces that are trying to infiltrate my space. And also, it is my desire that other people feel the peace and the joy that I have felt in this past week.
That's awesome. So see, it's taking the time to allow the universe to support you, and in opening up your mind and opening up your mouth, maybe writing it down what your thoughts are. The universe, the angels, and the divine are here to support you. Hi, Leo sun. Hello, my lovely. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Seriously, guys, let's raise the vibrations this week as individuals and as a collective. Let's give thanks. I give thanks that we're all here right now, that as light workers, we come together, we raise the vibration through sharing with one another, supporting one another, lifting each other. We have faith and hope and love for one another, that we are all going to have a positive week ahead, and that if negative things come up, we believe that we have everything that we need inside of us to overcome and rise above it. And I hope that as you notice in this picture, you can perceive this as a king or a queen. You are a king or a queen. You have royal blood running through your veins. You have a scepter. You have power. You can manifest. You are enrobed in this beautiful, powerful energy. Red is a power color. You have this purple aura and light around you. You are in charge of the decisions you're making, and the divine is guiding you. Focus on making shift happen for an amazing week ahead.
You are enough, and you have everything that you need. Say that to yourself over and over and over again until it is your reality.
That's right. You know, I know sometimes we encounter entities and individuals who are very negative and pessimistic. And if you're an empath or a sensitive, sometimes you absorb those energies, but you have to know they don't belong to you. And so, as Mark was just saying, when you speak life into your reality, you're casting down all those negative vibrations, lower dense energies that would try to drag you down. Think of yourself like a hot air balloon taking off into the sky. You've got to cut those sandbags loose in order to get up and airborne. Rise and shine. All right, we're moving to the next deck, and I love this deck because in the inside of the box it says, you are the oracle. You have all the answers within you already. We're just very blessed and fortunate that these beautiful decks are reconfirming these messages for us. All right, first card out, Mark.
So for this deck, I was inspired to ask the question, what do our listeners need for the week ahead? And these three cards popped out of my hand. So I hope that somewhere in here there is a message that one of you, at least one of you, needs to hear and can carry with you into the coming week to affect others and affect change in your environments.
Beautiful. The first card that came out is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, and the divine plan. And if you notice that her arms are stretched open and that there is water flowing, there's just this beautiful light, there's the Sphinx in the top corner. So there's ancient wisdom, there's these beautiful roses. There are feminines gathered. There's light pouring down from heaven. There's a lot going on in this card, but most importantly, if you look at the arms being wide open, I hope that you are wide open to receive all of the blessings, the light, the love, and the support from the universe that you need. You have to know there is indeed a divine plan and that we are seeding the light. Plant this now, like we said, plant in the winter, sow in the winter, reap in the summer. All right, Mark, what would you like to share from the book? Oh, nope, okay. We're going to move to the next card. Fair enough. Play. Have fun. Celebrate. And don't be so serious. I have to giggle just looking at this because she's sitting inside of a cup of bubbly, which, you know, bubbles are playful and fun and light and effervescent. And I think that is a very powerful message in itself, to allow your natural light and bubbliness to shine and to impact the world around you.
Stop taking life so seriously. Your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will follow. Take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. You are being called to rest and play and learn to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh. It is the best medicine around. Call up a friend that you can be silly with. Take your inner child on a date. The more you switch off your mind, the more room your spirit has to whisper and guide. When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and right hemispheres of the brain can begin talking to each other. Make play a compulsory part of your day. Schedule it.
Wow, that's powerful. Next card. All right. the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Ah, so that Sphinx, that ancient wisdom that was in that very first card, is you have been training for this. You have been preparing for your destiny. And it is time for you to recognize it's like that song, The Dawning of the Age of Aquarius, and let the sun shine in. It's time to let the light in all the way.
You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, be seen, and rise.
Rise and shine. That's right. Step into the light. For this, you have been prepared. For this, you have been equipped. There's no reason to hide your light under a bushel basket anymore. If you felt that you needed to, if you played small because you were concerned that your brightness, your light would cause other people to have a problem, so sad, too bad. It's time for you to come out. And what other people feel and think, they're in charge of their feelings and emotions. And you go ahead and give them back ownership of that problem. And you take charge and move forward boldly in your destiny. I felt called to go to this Oracle of Angels deck. And so thank you, Mark. Those cards were absolutely beautiful, and the messages definitely resonated. So powerful and encouraging. You know, guys, we're ready to start this week and level up. We're ready to go in and take charge and be an authority of our lives, being in the driver's seat of our lives, moving forward diligently. In fact, Mark, I'm going to go ahead and give you this book, and just know that it's your season, it's your time. So as they say, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. All right, what messages do we need to know from this deck, please? I love this deck. I think it's so beautiful. These cards are so gorgeous. Thank you, angels, for being with us. Thank you for these beautiful messages and giving us encouragement along our journey. Oop, that one flipped right out. Look at that. Believe in your dreams. Do you see that infinity symbol? Oh my goodness, that is outstanding. As above, so below. There are butterflies moving about. Transformation is taking place. You have an infinite stream of energy, light, and abundance surrounding you. And it is time for you to believe in your dreams. Bottom of the deck, learning. So you're learning to believe in your dreams. For some people, it's a new revelation that you have the power to believe in your dreams, that your dreams can come true. It reminds me of that Willy Wonka, pure imagination. You know, it's okay to trust your dreams can come true. Your imagination is giving you ideas. It's giving you like a canvas. What I just saw in my mind was like an artist painting on a canvas. The most beautiful visions and things that you can imagine can come to fruition, but you have to believe. Plant that seed of faith within yourself and know it can come true. For some of you who believe in the ancient wisdom and texts that tell you about faith and the power of belief, it's like it's now being illuminated. The lights are on and you're aware of what's happening around you in real time. Mark, is there anything you'd like to add about this? Because I think that was very significant that learning and believing in dreams came up together.
I remain confident and determined even in the face of challenges. I draw on my inner strength to help me keep focused on my dreams. I rejoice in the success that is coming to me.
Yes, that is powerful. Rejoice, be exuberant, be happy, thankful. There's the gratitude again. We're approaching Thanksgiving. Let us start giving thanks for everything that we're going through because we're learning.
I choose to learn from my experiences and always take away a gift or little insight to further my understanding. Life always brings me what is best for my growth. I trust in life and welcome all experiences with wisdom.
That's right. Hi, Chrissy. Hi, love. Good to see you. I'm glad you made it in. See, I knew we were supposed to be here tonight. I'm so grateful that all of you are here. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, Leo Sun. Thank you, Lois. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, Devora. It's time for you to trust that good things are in store. You may have struggled previously, but powerful things are happening. You are manifesting your greatest version of yourself and living your best life right now. What other messages do we need to know, please? And by the way, that Believe in Your Dreams card literally flipped out, guys. That was awesome. Ooh, okay. That's the bottom. Okay. Comfort. Oof, comfort wanted to come out. Comfort. Followed by positive intention. You know, I think it is very comforting when we set positive intentions, because I'll be honest with you, when you are afraid and coming from a place of fear, that energy is drawing more to you. And the best word picture I can give you guys is Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, always, you know, scared, and Scooby and Shaggy scared of everything in the dark, you know? But when you think about and meditate upon positive things, comforting things, it's like having a warm bowl of soup on a cold day. You know, it's that sip of hot cocoa when it's freezing cold. It's the warm blanket wrapped around you when you have been shivering because you're cold. And you see the angels are here to help comfort us, protect us, guide us, give us a sense of peace. In fact, if you look at the way that she's held, this little feminine is being held, it's like, you're safe, you're okay, I've got you. You're not going to be harmed, you're not going to be shaken up or disturbed, that you can just be at peace. And I think many of us are so grateful to have these moments of comfort. Did we have a message from that you want to add to that? Also, positive intention. Set your positive intention. Do you notice that the feminine in this card is cradling the harvest the same way that the angel is cradling the feminine here? There is a sense of, within your hands, you have the power to create and to comfort and to hold things close to your heart, and to know that all is well. There's a sense of all is well in both of these pictures. It's okay. Set those positive intentions and be comforted knowing that what you need is available to you right now.
Take comfort in knowing that there is a divine presence in your life guiding you at all times. There is no need to fear. Trust in the guidance of your angelic helpers and surrender your worries to them. Know that everything will work out exactly how it is meant to, for the greater good.
For the greater good. That's what's up. I love it. Thank you, Mark. That is fabulous. I know. I hear you, Lois. We're trying. We're doing better than trying, though. We're doing now, right? We are doing it. It is happening in real time, and we're so fortunate and blessed that these opportunities and these experiences are coming to us. We're maturing, we're growing, and we are indeed becoming our greatest versions. Whoa. Hello, cards.
I hope that comfort and peace and joy seeps into your soul like a warm bowl of gumbo on a perfect autumn's evening.
Oh my goodness. This man, y'all, this man just like makes my heart smile. I'm telling you. Oh, look at this. Application. Oh my gosh, you can't make this up. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, okay, y'all, here it is. This knowledge that's being dropped on our asses is powerful. It's coming from Mother Gaia, the roots going deep into the earth. It's coming from heaven, as above, so below. It's coming from ancient wisdom in texts. It's coming from the cosmos. Our understanding is being heightened. We're expanding. And then look, we're elevating our minds. I am creator. We are creating and manifesting. And look, confirmation. I can focus specifically on what I want. Both of these cards indicate you and I are harnessing the power of creating and focusing on what we want and not what we don't want. This is huge. Oh my goodness.
The laws of universal love take root in my life. I now apply everything I have learned during my spiritual quest. The knowledge of the mind will be transformed into life knowledge. I radiate love at all times. Light transforms my heart and my thoughts.
These light transmissions are coming through because now you are open and receiving and expanding.
I am the one and only creator in my life. I create through my thinking. I am creating every second of my life. When I am aware of my creator self, I make room only for thoughts of pure light.
Pure light, that's what it's going to take this week. Whatever you are facing going forward in this week, know that you must do so with light. Let the light pour in and permeate every area of your being. And so I felt prompted to switch to this deck. Said, okay, bottom of the deck once more. Yup, initiation by light. You are passing through into a new season in your life. And do you see the chakras are aligned and illuminated? This is you moving into this powerful, magnetic, majestic season of your life. If you have experienced feeling powerless or that you were losing steam or losing power, that is changing. It is time to make shift happen and get in alignment with your higher self. As above, so below. Now you are moving through these steps of initiation, self-mastery, self-improvement, self-awareness, and you are now at the place where you are at that pinnacle. Move forward with confidence and apply yourself because you are the creator. Oh, wow. Okay. May I have the cover, please? Yes. Okay. So there was another deck that I felt led to pull out, and Mark just pulled a card, and it was balance. Balance. See, everything that we do requires balance. The yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark, all of it is balance. That's why when people get mad when they're like, why am I going through this experience, or why am I experiencing this challenge? Because if it was all roses and sunshine the whole time, you know, there would be no difference. It would just be what this card said about sameness. We need both in our lives, but right now you're being called into a season of balance so that you can see those wins manifesting just as much as you see those things that you might perceive as losses.
Seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused the issue. Ground yourself and allow your inner strength to rise from there. Be aware of where to maintain the imbalances in your life are at present. Working with the lunar cycle on a regular basis helps us actually experience the flow and balance of nature. The moon shows us the gradual and peaceful processing of waxing and waning and the phases of perfect balance within. Our bodies, our minds, and our human spirit seek balance, yet perfect balance is almost impossible to achieve.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, on any given day, it feels like a waiter or waitress carrying a tray full of glasses, and any one thing can cause that to shift and tip. But you know what? We have the power within us to know how to stay in balance, and it starts with your chakras. It starts with staying in alignment. I felt like I needed to have these chakra stones out just to show once again, and we just had it in that previous card. Your energy meridians that run from above the top of your head down to below your feet need to be in alignment to achieve the type of balance that is long-term sustainable. You have to know that if any one of those is out of balance, when you are conscious and awakened, you're going to know something is off. And when you identify that, that's when you work to deal with it, heal it, and correct it. Oh my gosh, Lois, you are so funny, right? I was gonna say I've had one of those moments. Me and Haagen-Dazs had to break up because of that. I'm telling you, when you get into alignment, you'll recognize when things are starting to shift and change, and you'll easily be able to bring yourself back into alignment because you can recognize where you're affected. Oh my gosh. As soon as I saw this card, my eyes started welling up with tears. Self-love is so important. If you do not love yourself, it is so difficult to truly love someone else. It's hard to accept other people, their flaws, their imperfections. We have a very hypercritical society where we're loved because of our looks. We're loved because of our wealth making abilities. We're loved because of our assets. We're loved because of our talents. But we're called to universal love in a different way. Light workers, we're called to deeper than an unconditional love. It's like the type of love that is so pure and clean. It's like drinking a fresh cup of water on a hot day. That love is refreshing, it's freeing, it's encouraging, and it's nourishing. And the first place that we should be practicing that is with ourselves.
Sometimes we feel we are not enough. Sometimes we are even told that we are not enough by our own voice, the voices of others, and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do, not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Then there is the opposite. We are too something, too tall, too short, too fat or too thin, too wrinkly, too pimply, too old or too young, too quiet or too mouthy, too noticeable, too opinionated, too much trouble, too much. Full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel such self-loathing or dissatisfaction with the self? Please, just stop. Put your blinkers on. Breathe. Be with yourself. Do ritual. Speak to the goddess or whatever energy floats your boat and ask for help. Yes, indeed, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you. But then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons that they are there. Know that you are doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on.
That's beautiful. The two things that really stuck out so strongly is you are not your past and you can move on. I know many months ago we talked about that reading that I think we went on for a couple days about it, called A Total Eclipse of the Heart. This is where your heart chakra wants to open and expand and allow love to flow in and love to flow out, but it's eclipsed by what your natural 3D eyes have seen, irrational thoughts, negative emotions, traumatic experiences, and it tries to prevent you from allowing that flow to come in and out, those deep chambers of your heart to be opened up. And I think that the past, maybe that's why that card came up about winter, where your emotions have been on ice. And now it's thawing out. And now you're learning to accept yourself. Now you're okay with the fact that maybe people don't accept you, don't like you, they've persecuted you, but that's their problem. That's not your problem. And now you're able to love yourself like never before. And when you do that, you are a magnet for high vibrational things coming your way. Yep, look at that. Pleasure. Beautiful card.
We had this message pop up in a previous deck.
Okay, nice.
The play.
That's right, play. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The you are the oracle, or work your light. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Are you taking life too intensively or too seriously? The time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek lightheartedness at this time. Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule in activities that you find pleasurable.
That's it. What makes you feel good? What brings you joy? What makes you belly laugh? What makes you giggle? What makes you smile? Those are the things that you want to immerse yourself in. Don't dwell on those negative things that try to keep you down and weigh you down and hold you like in that chokehold and submission. Enjoy your life. You know, life is precious. Life is a gift. Get out there and be happy and be joyful. Have the pleasure of every day saying, it feels so good to be alive. Oh, thank you. All right. Thank you, Mark. And for those of you who are just tuning in, this wonderful man that you are hearing, his beautiful voice, this is my beloved Mark. And I am so grateful that we are on this journey together. It is truly a pleasure to be here with him. He has such good energy, and together I feel that we have so much that we can bring to share to the collective, and I'm very grateful for your contributions of your time and your talents, and I just adore you, and I'm so grateful that this journey is just taking on even more excitement from being able to share of our talents together with the channel. Oh, wow, Lois. You know what? Sending positive thoughts your way. You know, you may feel like you're in the middle, but you are en route to the pinnacle, up to the top. Stay focused. You got this. Sacred Destiny. So these messages are literally, I feel like they're just going to be rapid fire. I'm just going to pull from wherever the card is, and I know the words, just like what Mark was saying about that Work Your Light deck. These messages will resonate. You'll know who this is for. These messages are for you. I feel like we're in tune with your energies, and that the collective will receive some positive seeds to be planted going forward into this week. Messages for this week, please. Messages for this week. Flexibility. Oh, look at the tiger. Wow. You have opportunities ahead of you, but you're going to have to be flexible. A lot of times we try to be steadfast and immovable so that we aren't getting blown away by these Category 5 hurricanes that show up in our lives. But you're being called this week to be flexible, to be bendable, pliable, ready. You never know what opportunity is going to cross your path, but you want to be flexible so that when it does come, oh my goodness. Yep, when it does come, you're ready. Good gravy, guys. Holy smokes. So many cards. Okay, I guess this is the stack. Huh. Bottom of the deck, too. All right, here we go. So we had flexibility and potential We know potential opportunities are coming down the pike. Let me put this on the bottom. I'm gonna set this right here. We're gonna come back to this because this was the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have purity. Ooh, look at that. The wolf has two different color eyes. You guys know I have a brown eye and a green eye, so that always freaks me out a little. I'm like, ooh. You are detoxing and purifying and preparing because your intentions are leading you to what is for your greatest and highest good. Stay focused. It's interesting. We've had the tiger and now we've had the wolf in this. These animal totems are speaking to us. Didn't we have a wolf earlier? I believe wolf came up in the winter card in the ancestors and angels from Kyle Gray as well. So, in fact, Kate, if you want to look up wolf totem and put that in the chat, that would be awesome. Look at that, thriving. So many of us have shifted from surviving to thriving. You're rising. We know how tall giraffes are. They are very, very tall animals. And so once again, like the card that you pulled about not hiding and letting your light show, it's time to rise and shine and thrive and grow. New adventures are awaiting you. We have birds. Birds indicate messages coming in. Light pouring in. There looks like there's these little flowers that are also just drinking in the water. You have adventures that are coming your way. And it's not all choppy water. It's a flow. So be open to what's coming to you. Oh my goodness. Is this a leopard? What is that? Some type of a spotted animal, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a leopard.
Okay, so once again, we are having all of these cats that are appearing to us, oh my goodness, in these cards. Focus, like the eye of the tiger. You're going to have to focus and listen. Allow your clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance. Allow your clairs to become your guides, to be strong and powerful and to not be afraid of what's coming through. Mark, you can't make this up. Seriously, guys. Once again, pleasure. You know, the pleasure is all mine to tell you that it's okay to lighten up and to be playful and to have fun and be joyful. Be happy. You guys are so funny. I love it. Seriously. Yep. Oh my gosh. Look at this pathway. Once again, you've been traveling the pathway. We've had several cards representing gateways. Step through. Step into your new destiny. Don't be afraid. Everything is being divinely orchestrated for your greatest and highest good. Look at that. The moon and openness. This is you breaking past any illusions that you have been holding on to about yourself, about other people, about situations. Stop deluding yourself. Stop believing in illusions. What is before you? All of these cards that led up to this, your potential, flexibility, purity, thriving, adventures, focus, pleasure, openness, all of this is leading you to security. You have a newfound sense of security and peace because notice, instead of using the illusions of the moonlight to light your way, you've got fire. Fire is lighting your way. You can see clearly now. You can see what is truly before you. It's not an illusion. This is your reality. This is your sacred destiny. We have one card from the Archangel Healing deck. Do you want to go ahead and pull that, Mark? And then I'll pull from the Crystal Angels to close us out. I hope everybody is doing great. I hope you are inspired and encouraged by these messages. It just feels like such positive, good energy this evening. I feel like Archangel Raphael has a message for us, and so we're just going to allow that message to flow through. I said one card, but we'll see whatever whatever comes out as Mark shuffling. But I feel so good about this going into this new week. I am so inspired, so encouraged, looking forward to positive new opportunities. Can I have the deck cover, please? Oh my goodness, we just had the card that said flexibility. Look at this, stretch. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for staying by my side, for motivating me to take excellent care of myself in all ways. I love it. Okay, thank you, Kate. So Kate found the information about the wolf totem. It is called upon when you need specific energy and abilities. The wolf can imbue you. It helps you to face challenges. So if you are going to be facing any challenges this week, call on the energy of the wolf. All right, Mark, back to stretch. Here we go.
Archangel Raphael is guiding you to stretch your body in gentle, feel-good postures such as yoga or Pilates. These and other stretching methods are wonderful for stress management and relaxation, as well as for increasing your range of motion and limberness. Many people believe that yoga is a fountain of youth. You receive this card because Raphael wants to motivate you to stretch your muscles regularly and healthfully. He'll guide you to the best forms of exercise and match you with an appropriate professional such as a yoga instructor or physical therapist.
So, Archangel Raphael is guiding us to healing modalities that are going to assist us in not just stretching our physical bodies, but our metaphysical experiences. And so, I just want to encourage you to open yourself up and allow these beautiful, positive, powerful transformations to take place. There's no need to be afraid. I know sometimes people feel some kind of way when we talk about angels, but the angels, the divine, the universe, Mother Gaia are all here to help us, to strengthen us in our journey. Oh, look at this. Okay, so Mark pulled another card for us, home help. Dear Divine and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask and accept help from you, the angels and others in matters regarding my family and home.
It's time to get some help with your home. Think of it as a worthy investment that pays huge dividends of increased time, energy, and vigor. Even the most capable person needs assistance. In fact, it's a sign of strength to accept help.
Okay, yep, Linda heard that. Yeah, that's powerful because you know what? We are not all an island unto ourselves. We are one. And it's important to be able to have faith and trust the divine to guide us to those helpful individuals who can best serve us along our journey, encourage us, teach us. Be open to that and receptive to that. Yes. Oh, inner authority. Wow. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting me as I take back my power and listen to my intuition, desires, and feelings.
Archangel Raphael sends this card to encourage you to use your own power and authority in this situation. The healing angel sees that you've been giving away your power to others and ignoring your feelings. It's time to make your own decisions, stand up for yourself, and speak your truth. Raphael will hold your hand throughout this experience, empowering you and giving you courage.
That is incredible. And you know what? It is something that, I just want, as I say, pull over, Linda. I want to talk about this for a minute because I know for many of us, that solar plexus, which is right above your navel, that is the seat of your power. And so for those of us who may have experienced any type of childhood neglect, abuse, or a parent or caregiver who was indifferent or ambivalent of our needs, we didn't recognize that we had authority. We thought we were just subjected to whatever we might have experienced, and that's just the way things were. And so that conditioned us to be able and receptive to individuals who try to usurp and take authority away from us. And so this is why that reparenting ourselves is so important. Coaching yourself back to a place of empowerment is very keen. Detaching from people with negative energy, dysfunctional energy, so that you can call your power back to yourself and get into the driver's seat of your life and make those healthy decisions that are going to lead you to your greatest and highest good. All right, see, look at that. Leave a stressful situation behind. And your past is not who you are today. It does not determine your future. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage and willingness to take good care of myself, including surrounding myself with healthy relationships and positive situations.
Know that when you take good care of your health, everyone benefits. Release guilt to God and the angels. Make a list of pros and cons about a stressful situation. Speak honestly with yourself and others about your true feelings and observations. Get support from people you trust in order to make healthy changes.
Healthy changes. You're worth it. Just as Mark said earlier, you are enough and you have everything you need right now. Leave behind anything that is not serving you in a positive way. I always say, is it bringing you chaos or is it bringing you peace? Is it bringing you strength or is it bringing you weakness? Think about it and use those scales to measure and gauge what and whom is in your life, whom you need to let them show themselves to the door, or who you need to show to the door so that you can have peace. You know, it's hard when there are contentious individuals around because they like to stir the pot. So make sure that you are insulating yourself and protecting yourself energetically. And I believe these next cards will give us some indications, on what to do. Good gravy. This is interesting tonight. I feel like we've been getting stacks of cards flipped right side up. Oh gosh, look on the bottom of the deck. Good gravy. Yeah, these cards are powerful. They're going to help us. We've got a nice little stack, and then this will be our closing deck for tonight. Ruby, bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. A lot of us are working on that in real time, and the supportive stone is ruby. Peridot, life lessons. You can break free from recurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. Sapphire, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. Rose quartz, love life. New or renewed romantic love is here for you. That's magnetized because of the self-love that you have. Clear quartz, let yourself feel all your emotions. You've got to feel it to heal it, as King Trident always says. Let yourself feel it. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. The very last card, gold, divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. I believe that to my soul. I have seen answered prayers, and it is absolutely amazing to know that the divine intervention that takes place on our behalf is genuine and always for our greatest and highest good.
There are answered prayers right here in this house.
I believe it. I'm looking at one right now, you guys. I'm telling you, Mark is indeed an answer to prayer. I feel so blessed that we had this time this evening to join and be with all of you, our soul family, our soul tribe. It is truly a privilege and an honor to serve each of you in a positive way, to sow seeds of love and light and hope and faith into your hearts and homes this coming week. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to hearing about the good, positive things that are taking place within your life. I'm sorry, guys. I was about to put the deck down and I was like, Linda, shuffle one more again. Hold on, guys. What? Woo, hello. All right. Calm the energy down. Calm the energy down. What's going on here? We have one more message. Aw. Yep. It has been a pleasure literally a pleasure to be here with all of you guys. It's been so cool. So Mark, anything you want to share while I'm shuffling? I'm just going to let the energy tell us what we need to know in these last card.
Yeah, I know that out there in the world would have you believe certain things, and they're not always positive. And the thing that I would like you to know, and the thing that the message that has been resonating over and over and over and over with me this evening is, you are enough, and you have everything that you need. Believe it.
Believe it. Believe it. Do you believe it? I hope you do. Yes, thank you, Lois. One of the cards that came out was multifaceted. We are multifaceted. We have our foot in the 3D. We have our foot in the 5D. We are multifaceted beings. Whoa, there it is. I knew it was going to come out. Multifaceted. All right, guys, here we go. Last card, Aqua Aura. Healthy communication in relationships. Heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you to understand and be understood. Mark, will you go ahead and read that out of the book, please? This is important because, you know, we just talked about this going into this week. I feel this message came out because many of us are experiencing a shift in power with people that we encounter outside of our homes and within our homes. And it's going to require strong, healthy boundaries and healthy communication within relationships in order to stay true to yourself and to be your most authentic version of yourself.
This card brings hope for you in your relationships, especially if you've struggled to be understood by others. A gentler, clearer form of communication is on the horizon, initiated by you in answer to your own prayers. New strength gives you the courage to talk about your honest feelings in a loving way that keeps communication open. You aren't trying to change or convince others. You're being your true self.
There it is. This week, do not be surprised if you are met with opportunities, just like the deck previously said, opportunities, potential to communicate in a new, healthy way. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self when you communicate. I always revert back to this moonstone for the throat chakra. Imagine yourself being able to speak your truth without your voice shaking and trembling. Imagine yourself being able to say what is in your heart, knowing that it is truth and feeling liberated by that truth. Some of us, we may not get a chance to get closure with specific people, but you may need to say it out loud, scream it into your pillow, write it on a letter, do whatever you must, but allow yourself to give your emotions a voice so that you feel peace, you feel joy, you feel happiness, knowing that you've resolved to be your most authentic version of yourself. Wishing all of you so much love and light and blessings. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure to be present with you all. Good night.
Good night. Till next time. Ciao for now. Bye.